Hey guys, thank you for watching The Farm and Pastor's Wife. I just got out of the shower, my hair's wet, and I'm a mess. But I just found this video that I don't think I ever posted. So it's an older video, but I'm just getting it now. I'm just now getting it posted. So I hope you enjoy. It's the Hershey Bar Cake. Hey guys, welcome to The Farm and Pastor's Wife. Today, I'm going to be practicing on a cake I've been asked to make for a little child's birthday. So, we're going to practice. So, stay tuned. Okay guys, this is a cake that probably all of you have already made. I have never made this cake, and I was asked to make it for a birthday. So, and it's a little child, so I've got a little bit of forgiveness there, but a mama wants her baby's cake to be good and to be delicious and to look pretty. I don't know how pretty it's going to look, but I hope it'll taste good. Now y'all, I've told you before, I only make 2 cakes that are a doctored up box cake. Well, this cake will make number 3. So if this turns out good, I'll add it to my repertoire, my cake repertoire. And it starts with a cake mix. Now, there's multiple recipes out there that you can start. This is a Hershey Bar Cake, by the way. And there's lots of cake mixes you can use. I've seen the Swiss chocolate cake mix, just a plain chocolate cake mix. But I thought the German chocolate would be good, so we're gonna use a German chocolate cake mix. So that's what we're gonna start with, y'all. While I was at the grocery store this morning, I met the sweetest lady ever, and I would love to give her a shout out, but I didn't get her name. She bakes cakes, and her specialty is red velvet. And that is a cake I've never made. And I think it was Mama's Cakes and Pies, or I don't think it was Big Mama's Cakes and Pies. But it was Mama's Cakes and Pies, I think. She is in the Asheboro area. And, you know, I've never tasted her cakes, but you can just tell by talking to somebody that they know what they're talking about. And this lady knew what she was talking about. And she was so sweet. We stood at the butter and the egg section, and we just knew immediately that each other was, we baked. And so we were talking to each other, and we'd say, I don't do this. No, I don't either. And it was so cool. Y'all, if you're in the Asheboro area, I know she goes to, her pastor is Michael Trogdon. I wish I'd have got her name, because I would love to give y'all her information in case you ever wanted her to make you a red velvet cake. That is a cake I've never made, so I'm going to have to try a red velvet cake. But y'all, normally we talked about, you know, all of our cakes being from scratch, except for 2 of mine, my butter pecan cake and my strawberry cake. Well, now this is number 3. So we'll see. We'll see if I like it. Okay, so after you use your box of German chocolate cake mix, y'all, and my camera may fall. If it does, I'm sorry. I'll pick it up. I'll pick you up. So we just connected like this, and it was all around cooking and baking. Isn't that sweet? Now this is a box of instant vanilla pudding mix. Y'all, I am doing some kind of baking today, let me tell you. Well, not just baking, cooking in general. I have a hen in my crock pot over there. It's cooking. It's got the celery and onions. It's going to smell like Thanksgiving. I'm making dressing, chicken and dressing, because I put chicken in my dressing. I'm I'm going to make homemade yeast rolls. I'm making this cake. I'm doing, oh, and I got I'm going to make another video, when the boys come home for lunch. I'm going to make them, what I call camping donuts. So, anyway, look for that video. I don't know when it'll be coming out. Okay, right here I have 3 eggs in my bowl, so I'm just going to whisk them up real quick. Alright, so 3 eggs going in. Got my oven preheated to 350. I have not prepared my pans yet, but I do have them out. Alright, now we're going to add, this is the good stuff right here, 2 cups of buttermilk. 1, 2. Buttermilk to me always makes a better cake. In fact, the lady I met in the grocery store today, we talked about that. I think buttermilk makes a delicious, delicious cake. All right, and y'all, a cup of oil. 2 cups of buttermilk and a cup of oil. Alright, and that's it as far as the cake goes. I'm just going to stir it up. Now you could use a hand mixer. And I'm actually going to have to bring in my cake mixer for the icing, because I want the icing to be really good and fluffy. So I will bring it in. I just don't have it in yet. And I didn't want to drag out my hand mixer. And I didn't want to have to wash my cake mixer before it was ready. I'm looking to see if my phone's about to fall. And right now you just want to get the lumps out. But with it being a cake mix, there's very few lumps. Now, let me go over here. I'm going to spray my pans with the baking spray that's got flour in it. You don't have to flour and grease your pans. And I'll bring you back and we'll distribute them between the pans and see how that goes. I'll be right back, y'all. Okay, guys, so my phone fell. So I'm hoping I can do this without it falling this time. So I'm just going to kind of show you what I'm doing. Got my 3 pans. These are antique pans, as you can tell. And I am just going to take 1 spoon and flop it. 1 spoon and flop it. That way I'm evenly getting the same amount in each pan. Alright, so we're going to come back down. 2nd spoon and flop it. 2nd spoon and flop it. And I believe this will get us. So we're going to make this a 3-layer cake. Just getting some little leftovers out, and I'm equally distributing them as well. Okay. Alright, let me get a spatula and we'll spread it out. I need a flat spatula. I just want to be sure to get it evenly in the pan. My oven's almost preheated, I think. Y'all, I bought Hershey bars to go in the icing because that's where the Hershey bars are. And they've gotten eaten, so I had to pick up more at the grocery store. Alright. I'm going to lay this over here so I can lick it. And yes, I know it has raw eggs, but I don't care, so. Alright. Sorry, I know that was obnoxious, but I'm just getting any air bubbles out. And just as soon as my oven, oh, it has reached 350, so we're going in the oven for 30 minutes. And I do have my oven on convection. But I can get them all on the top, so it doesn't really matter since I can get them all on the top. But I do have it on convection. But y'all, if anybody in Asheville knows the lady I'm talking about, she was super nice. Please get me her information if you can. She had a card, but she didn't have any with her. She told me she had a card. And I wish I could remember the name. But I'd love to give her a shout out on here. But she was super nice. I felt like I have met a friend that I've known all my life. So this is what I know about her. She makes cakes. Her specialty is red velvet. She does not put cream cheese in her icing. And her pastor is Michael Trogdon here in Asheboro. So if y'all know who I'm talking about, please let me know so I can give her a shout out and maybe put her information on here in case anybody out there needs a cake, especially a red velvet. So y'all have a great few moments. I started to end this video and I'm not ending it because I still got to get the cakes out of the oven and ice it. So anyway, I'm going to set my timer for 30 minutes. We'll bring you back when we start the icing. Okay guys, so the cake is out there and it is cooling. It's pretty much almost cooled. So I figured we would go ahead and start the icing. Y'all forgive my summer attire today. I'm just being comfortable at home. At least I don't have on my granny shirt that Bryant hates. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put in a block of cream cheese. And I should have had it opened, but I didn't. So I'm going to try not to turn y'all down too much. I know you want to see the food, but my phone is slipping out. I've got to get Bryant to glue something down for me. But I'll turn you where you can see as much as I possibly can. Softened room temperature cream cheese. And I'm going to try to get it all off. Let me get it all cleaned off of here and in the pan, and I'll bring you guys back and show you what goes in next. Okay, so in with my softened cream cheese, I'm going to go in with a cup of granulated sugar. Here's a cup of that. And I'm going to go ahead and get the mixer going before I add anything else because I want to be sure that the sugar gets good and incorporated in, and I want the cream cheese to be nice and fluffy. So I'm going to let that, and I'm using my whisk attachment. And I'm just going to let that beat for just a little bit while I bring you guys over here. The recipe calls for 6 normal size Hershey bars, but I bought 3 king size, and I have a couple of extra. I had to buy more because can't have chocolate here and me not get into it. So I'm going to show you how to do this. I tried running it through a grater or grating it on a grater. That didn't work really well for me. I hope my phone does not fall out. If it does, I'm sorry. And I'm just taking a knife, and the pieces are probably a little bit bigger than what I would want them to be. But I'm going to try to find the lid to my little baby chopper. So I've already crushed up 2 full bars. And I'm working on the last one. I'm going to go ahead over here and cut my cream cheese. Is nice and soft and the sugar has melted in. So I'm going to keep crunching up this Hershey bar, and I'll bring you back in just a little bit. I do have extra Hershey bars that we can cut up for the top if we want to. These pieces are probably a little bit bigger than what they should be, but we're going with it. I mean, does it matter if you're getting a big old hunk of chocolate? It's not like it's bittersweet chocolate, it's good milk chocolate. So, I think I'm just gonna do it this way. Well, it'll have to be this way this time. And maybe before the birthday party gets here, I'll find a better technique. But I don't really mind this technique as long as it tastes okay. Alright, so this is 3 king-size Hershey bars. And I'll know in a little bit if I think that's enough. So, okay, so now I'm going to add another cup of sugar, except this time it's going to be powdered sugar. So I'm going to add in a cup of powdered sugar. Let me lift it up so I can get it in there good. All right. So we're going to turn this back on. I'm going to turn it on low because I don't want a big powdery puff. Start it on low. And as it gets incorporated, you can slowly turn it up higher. Alright, I'm just going to let this whisk for just a minute. And then we'll add in our next ingredient. Okay guys, I've lifted it up and scraped down the sides. And what I'm going to add in now is whipped topping. I'm going to add almost, but not quite, a 16-ounce container. Maybe 3/4 of it. Let me do one more little scoopful. Alright, let's turn this on and blend it up, and I'll scrape the sides again in just a minute. Somebody asked me what type of mixer I had, and I think it's a I'm just gonna shake this off so it don't drip, and then put it right back on. That's gonna drip anyway. There, it's not. And I'll just move this out so I can scrape the sides really good. It's a Better Homes and Garden, I think. I really want a KitchenAid. This one just does not get to the bottom well at all. But otherwise, it's giving me no problems whatsoever. Stick that back in there. Yeah, I think I'm going to put some more of that whipped topping. A little bit more. Maybe just one more little scoop. We're going to turn it on, and then we'll add the chocolate. Okay, so we're adding our chocolate in now. Isaac's telling me he's not sure if these pieces of chocolate, they probably need to be smaller. And I agree with him. So I'm going to hunt for my chopper before I make my next one. I'm going to go on in with all of it. Alright, and that's all there is to the icing. I agree with him. I think we need to do something to get the little pieces smaller. But we'll work on that next time. I just don't have my equipment out that I need. Okay guys, I got my icing, and I'm not even going to take a scoop of it. I'm just going to put just a little bit down. I'm just going to paint my whatever. And I bought these cardboard things. It's going to go right there, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to paint just a little bit, just a little dollop with no hunk of chocolate. We're going to take our first layer. Now, I am not by any means a cake decorator or make pretty cakes. That is not me. One thing about this icing though is if you get crumbs from your cake, it doesn't really matter because you've got the chocolate crumbs in your icing, so you don't have to worry so much about the crumbs. All right. Next layer. And I always put mine upside down. I'm not sure why, but that's just what I do. And we're going to take another dollop of icing. And if you get too much, just push it over to the edge because it will ice the sides. Now, my problem here today is going to be, since this is Cool Whip, it needs to be refrigerated, and we got to find room in the refrigerator. That's going to be the problem. All right. We're down to the third layer. But it's such a pretty little cake. All right. We can just really dollop now. Oops. I'll get that up with a napkin. And you just push to the edge. Start at the center and push out to the edge. I think I'm going to make this as a cake, like this 3-tier, just like this. And then I'm also going to make a few cupcakes. With it. And like I said, if you have some crumbs come up, it doesn't really matter because you've got this chocolate in the icing already. And I'm just pushing over to the side and letting it run off the side, and then taking my, I need my offset spatula. But I think I used it the other day and it's in the dishwasher. See, I got some of my cake showing over here, so I'm just going to bring this around. I'll figure out a prettier way to she's got a topper she's just going to set on it, so I don't really need to do anything special as far as decorating. But I will make it prettier. Try to, anyway. Maybe if I can get the chocolate pieces smaller. That'll help. I'm going to have a little icing left over. Oh, pushing it off on the floor. All right, y'all. I'm just going to fill up the top with this icing. It'll be really thick on top. Now let me get a clean rag and I'm going to moisten it. Clean. I wish I had paper towels, but I don't have a new roll on. I need to go get a new roll. Just going to go around and sharpen up this edge. All right, y'all. Here we have a Hershey Bar Cake. We'll try it at supper time and see how it turns out. But that's it as of right now. I'm going to put the dome on it and see if I can find a place for it in my refrigerator. And we're going to see if this is going to be a good birthday cake or not. So y'all stay tuned. We're going to try it in just a second.